If you haven't tried chia pudding yet, you are in for a treat. I'm Danny Spees and I am showing you 4 clean and delicious recipes for chia pudding. Now these tiny little seeds are nutrient dense. They have more antioxidants than blueberries, more omega-3s than salmon, and more calcium than milk. And just 2 tablespoons of chia seeds pack nearly 5 grams of protein. Now you can find black chia seeds or white chia seeds, and they both have the same flavor, the same nutritional value, and the texture is kind of like a little poppy seed or a sesame seed. And because they have this unique ability to swell up and absorb water, they make a great thickener, which makes them the ideal base for pudding. So today I'm sharing 4 of my favorite flavors. I'm doing a chai chia pudding, a green matcha and coconut chia pudding, a strawberry and banana chia pudding, and then finally, my personal favorite, a chocolate chia pudding. Now guys, as we go through the video, I want you to hit that like button whenever you see your favorite flavor being made. Or just do yourself a favor and go ahead and hit it now, so you don't have to think about it all throughout the video. Now, all 4 of these recipes use the same exact base recipe. So for each serving, you're gonna need a ½ cup of milk. I'm using an unsweetened vanilla almond milk, 2 tablespoons of chia seeds, and then a tablespoon of maple syrup. You could also do honey or liquid stevia or any sweetener you prefer. And just a little side note, I also love making the chia pudding with coconut milk. Full-fat coconut milk makes the most rich and decadent, delicious chia pudding, but I usually make that if I'm gonna treat it as a dessert, and then when I'm making it for breakfast, I prefer the almond milk. But of course, do what lights you up. Now, if I was just doing one flavor, I would mix it all in a big bowl, and then I would divvy it up amongst my containers. But since we're doing 4 different flavors, 1 serving each, what I'm gonna do is mix my ingredients in a nice, short, wide mouth mason jar. I will leave the links to those down in the description box below, and get the base recipes mixed up, and then we're gonna add the stir-ins. So for flavor combo number 1, I am making a chai chia pudding, and really we're just gonna get this flavor by the spices. So I've got a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon here, along with a tiny, tiny pinch of cloves and cardamom. Get those into my jar, along with some chopped up raisins, which add a nice texture and a little extra sweetness. Give it a good stir and pop the lid on. Boom. For flavor combo number 2, I've got a matcha coconut chia pudding. So with this, I'm starting with 1 teaspoon of matcha powder, which is basically just a ground green tea powder, and it's very rich in antioxidants, and it is said to help soothe and relax. I find that the texture is very creamy, and it's got like this plant-based flavor. It's kind of difficult to describe, but it is delicious. If you've ever had a cup of green matcha tea, it tastes exactly like that. Honestly speaking, I'm kind of new to matcha, so I'm just starting to experiment with it. So if you guys are interested in a matcha 101, definitely let me know down in the comments below. So I'm gonna get a teaspoon of that into my base recipe, along with a couple of teaspoons of shredded coconut. Again, that's gonna add a little extra sweetness and a great texture. We'll mix that up, pop on the lid, and it's time for combo number 3, strawberry banana chia pudding. Now, this one is super fresh, and you could really change out the berries with whatever looks the best at the grocery store. I like to start with a couple dashes of cinnamon, and then I add in just a couple tablespoons of diced up banana and some diced up strawberry. Gently mix that all together, pop on the lid, and we're ready to whip up number 4. For my 4th and final combo, it's my personal favorite because it's chocolate chia pudding. And all I'm doing with this one is adding 1 tablespoon of unsweetened cocoa powder into the base recipe, along with a dash of cinnamon. Gently mix that together, and it's ready to go. Now guys, a little side note here, the chocolate chia pudding, if you make this one with full fat coconut milk, it makes the most amazing chocolate pudding dessert. But like I said, for breakfast, I like it with the almond milk. So again, I'm gonna pop the lid on, and all 4 of these are going into my fridge. You want them in there for a minimum of 4 hours, but you can certainly do it overnight, and they last happily in the fridge anywhere between 3 and 4 days. Then when you're ready to eat them, you're gonna see that the texture, it's It's creamy, but it's also a little bit loose, right? So that's gonna depend on what type of liquid you use. If you go with a full fat milk or coconut milk, it's gonna be a lot denser and a lot more creamy. So the option is totally yours. Using the almond milk definitely makes for a lighter pudding texture. But if you've ever had tapioca pudding, it's kind of in the same vein. So now I am curious to know which of these 4 flavors do you think you will try first, and or what's your personal favorite chia pudding flavor combo? Come on down to the comments below and let me know. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, join the Clean and Delicious family, ring the notification bell so you never miss a new video, and share this with anyone else you know who's trying to keep things healthy and yummy. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Danny Spies. I will see you back here next time with some more Clean and Deliciousness. Cheers. Chocolate all the way. Team chocolate for chia pudding. Now these little, what's wrong? If you haven't tried chia pudding yet, you are in for a treat. I forgot what I was saying. If you haven't tried chia pudding yet,